Spooky high school, the sweetest years of our lives. Back then, we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. And we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remember it clearly. 3 weeks were left, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 8 most charismatic classmates. Scott Howell, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Miranda Vanderbilt, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Polly Geist, a party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things. Damien LeVay, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. Liam de Lioncourt, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid the fact that he was truly a lovable dwarf. Zoe, an eldritch cutie who went from endless deity of the dark realms to ultimate fangirl. Calculester Hewlett-Packard, a library computer who had become a sentient robot ready to experience life to the fullest. And Vera Oberlin, a mean, self-made gorgon with a merciless sense of business. It was clear. It had to be one of them, but who? We only had 6 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 6 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. But, as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start.
Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever! All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in oh so many different ways. Worry no more, we're using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever, team, will throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Let's start. If you were the leader of a new country, what would your flag look like? I'd go for the simple, 3-colored stripe approach where each color represents one of the country's values. Blue for diplomacy, purple for patience, and red for the blood that will be spilled if anyone tries to overthrow me. Flags are outdated symbols that lead to unnecessary nationalist exaltation. We'll replace our flags with national QR codes that will provide Taco Bell coupons and lead you to my SoundCloud. Just Garfield's face. It's a power move. There's no doubt you're the supreme leader of your land if no one stops you from making Garfield the flag of your country. You wish you were raised by a mysterious old man who saved me from the streets in order to raise me as his disciple in the ancient ways of rad DJing. A really progressive marriage between a kick-ass venomous snake and actual fire. I love fire, and I see no issue with being raised by it. A pack of wolves, who also happen to be tech moguls who own some of the most profitable companies in Silicon Valley. They would be kick-ass role models and wild wolves. Sick! What would be a deal breaker for a potential lover? The person hates the outdoors. The person lacks manners. The person thinks Asuka is the best waifu. The person is boring. The person uses Internet Explorer. The person is mediocre. You find your zodiac sign to be inaccurate. Design your own personal zodiac sign. The cute pup. The randomly arranged set of stars. The now canon lovers. The happy-go-lucky ecstasy pill. The rad sword on fire. The ambiguous iguana.
That day while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses themselves have descended to give you figurative oral sex. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. You gain +2 creativity. That night you hit the clubs with Vera and Polly. Thank Satan for fake IDs.
Put those wallets away, you two. Drinks are on me. By which I mean, drinks are on that guy. No need, Polly. I'm into this crazy new thing called paying for my own drinks. Maybe you've heard of it? Maybe? Is that French for my boobs aren't big enough to get free drinks? Feminism is dead. That sounds like a reason to drink. Be right back.
But soon...
It didn't work. What was that you just said? It sounded like Portuguese for my shameless pandering didn't get us any free drinks. Ah!
This is quickly getting out of control. Maybe if you find a way to make that guy pay for your drinks, you can fix this. It's party time. Sedate the guy when he's in the bathroom, put on a pair of sunglasses on him, and pretend he's your pal. It's crime time. Steal the guy's wallet to learn his address. Then go to his house, kidnap his daughter, and demand drinks from him as ransom. No one is curious why you just happen to have sedatives on you at all times. The plan goes off without a hitch. You spend the whole week with your new friend, Sedated Sam.
Sedated Sam is the coolest dude in the universe. He's such a good listener. I especially like how he insists on paying for everything with his credit card. What a gentleman.
It's the best week of your lives, but sadly, it has to end. The three of you bid Sedated Sam a tearful goodbye.
Goodbye, Sam. I'll always remember the time we spent together, even if you won't. It seems Sedated Sam truly slept his way to the top of our hearts.
You all promise to do this again next year. Sam not might remember much of this when he wakes up, but you're sure he'll love the fun matching tattoos you all got. You gain +2 boldness and +1 fun. The table you chose is quite crowded. Liam sits across from Miranda, who is flanked by 2 well-dressed servants. One of the servants cuts a slice of Salisbury steak and feeds it to the other.
Seriously, Miranda, you have servants chew your food for you?
What? Of course not. That would be barbaric.
The servant happily swallows the Salisbury steak.
I have servants to eat for me. They're called eating serfs. Don't you have any?
First of all, no, I don't eat food. Second of all, that totally defeats the purpose of eating. Aren't you worried about starving?
Why would I be? My serfs get all the calories I need to stay fit and healthy.
I have no objective reason to care about this, but suddenly it's all I care about. Someone convince Miranda to stop this madness.
Maybe you should start this madness, Liam. Imagine all the food you could Instagram without having to eat any of it. But, Miranda, look at the contented smile on that servant's face. You think he's eating for you, but secretly he's eating for himself.
You might have a point there. For too long, I have needlessly ordered off of the cafeteria menu, leaving my food untouched even as I take the most autistic grams. I justified the wastefulness by the intense artistic merits of my photographs, but I need compromise no longer. Finally, I can have my cake and pay someone else to eat it too. Still, Miranda, this makes way less sense for someone who actually needs to eat to survive.
Oh, you're just jealous of how cute my serfs are. Eat up, little guys. I'm not full yet.
Seriously though, how does Miranda keep from starving to death? Did they put an IV in her while she sleeps? Whatever, she's happy. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You gain +2 charm. After, you're eavesdropping on Miranda and Polly, waiting for the perfect moment to mention your influx of Insta-followers when...
Never fear, miladies! You need not fight over me!
Him again? As royalty myself, I must say that even I find him to be... What's the term you used, Paulina? Extra as fuck.
Friendship between two beautiful maidens shouldn't be soured over one as handsome, rich, and humble as I. But worry not, my sweet summer salads. I have found a perfect solution to protect your feeble hearts. You shall both marry me.
I've dealt with male entitlement before, but this is officially next level.
Yes, an interdimensional level. Our collective wedding will be as well.
Yeah, not interested. You are hardly the first prince to seek my royal hand in courtship, and I just don't see what you're bringing much to the table.
Interdimensional table, and I am the definition of marriage material. You'll never find a better suitor. I have a castle. I can defeat anyone at anything. I'll show you. I'll fight her.
Is that the interdimensional prince pointing directly at you? Why is your life like this?
I can defeat you at any challenge. Name your weapon and prepare to lose.
Miranda and Polly are watching you closely. Maybe you can skew the prince's challenge to really impress one of them. You know what would be wild? Naked fencing with live weasels instead of swords. As a royal, you must fancy yourself pretty clever, so let's see you win. At losing.
Very well. If that is what you wish, then so be it.
Both you and the prince quickly undress, thus giving your respective weasels ample fleshy targets. You both grab the nearest live weasel and take the traditional weasel fighting stance.
On the count of 100. 1, 2, just go!
Normally, the interdimensional prince's years and years of royal swordplay training would have you defeated in seconds. But fighting with mustelids is a weasel of a different color. You've defeated opponents with polecats, ferrets, and minks, and the prince is no exception. You leave him staggering and bleeding from the many teeny tiny bite marks across his naked body. He then puts his clothes back on in a defeated demeanor, basically because we have no model of him naked.
Curse you, cat snake! Your long furry body and sharp little teeth are adorable and painful.
Yes, wild! I love weasel fencing. You're pretty cool, V.
With that, the prince disappears, leaving you and your weasel to hit on your fellow high schoolers in peace. You gain +2 charm and +1 fun. That day, you skip class and hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn. By skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms, you give +0 shits, but you gain +2 boldness. Without meaning to, you find yourself in conversation with Polly and Miranda, comparing the apps on your phones.
Ooh, what you got there, Miri? What you got? Well, I have this game, Misunderstanding of Mobs. I'm not entirely sure how to play, but I keep winning, so that's nice. I've also got Scepter, which is like Uber, but for serfs instead of cars. And Spooner, which is like Grindr, but for silverware. You know, I like my apps elegant and majestic. That's pretty cool, but do you have rap chat? It turns all your messages into raps, but you can only see them for 8 seconds. Wow, what about you, B? What kind of fun apps do you have? Yeah, impress us with something rad.
Tiger, an app that can make tigers appear anywhere. There's nothing as majestic as a tiger. Not much, just this one app I made that turns my phone into a rad car. You push the car button on your phone, and it transforms instantly into a sick convertible, crushing some of your classmates in the process.
Whoa, this car is the tits. Quite elegant indeed. You know, I have always felt that phones did not contain enough expensive materials. This solves that problem nicely. Plus, we can use it for drag racing. Let's go drag racing!
In all the excitement, you neglect to tell them you have no idea how to drive a car. What they don't know won't hurt them. At least as long as they don't expect you to drive that car. Meanwhile, you've scored a drag racing date with Polly. You gain +2 boldness and +1 fun.
Friend Damien, I'm having trouble getting a positive ID on the objects in your possession. Would you declare their components? Sure thing, Robo-Bro. What I have here is a can of gasoline, a lighter, and a grin of a madman about to set a cafeteria table on fire. I comprehend now. It would seem to me that the most logical extrapolation is you're about to set a cafeteria table on fire. Damn, Calculester! How much plus smarts must you have to figure that mystery out? My intelligence cannot be calculated using your overly simplistic methods. However, my morality module indicates that setting a cafeteria table on fire is not within the bounds of acceptable social behavior. In fact, it seems in my metaphorical but not literal heart that it is not nice. Did I say I was gonna be nice? No! I said it was gonna be awesome! Running back conversations to check for phrase gonna be awesome.
Error. Phrase not found.
No, friend Damien, you never said it was gonna be awesome.
I didn't need to. I implied it with the grin of a madman part, Calculester. Why are you trying to ruin my fun?
It is a matter of perspective, Calculester. Where you see a table, Damien sees wood to set a flame to, cook his food, so Damien is totally in the right to set it on fire. Calculester is right, Damien. Be responsible. Don't set fire to this table. Set fire to the cafeteria table designated for arson. You know, the green one by the door with, in case of needing to set fire to a table on it.
Yup, B is totally correct. I'm setting this table on fire for eating-related purposes, which, in a cafeteria, is totally fine.
Premise that cafeterias are for eating-related activities. Accepted. Run and scan on setting things on fire in order to consume the necessary nutrients for organic beings need. Yeah, it would appear that the process of cooking is common, and that fire is indeed the preferred tool. Forgive my misunderstanding. What I thought was an act of senseless arson is rather a necessary step in keeping your feeble form alive.
My form isn't feeble! But don't feel bad about the misunderstanding, Calculester. I'll forgive you, if you give me plus money and help me set this table on fire.
Certainly, friend Damien.
Oh, and I get to eat your firstborn.
Even I find it hard to believe I will be organically able of having a firstborn. That seems like an Even if I find it hard to believe that I will be organically able to have a firstborn, that seems like an equal exchange for my misstep based on the interactions I have observed here at Spooky High.
And so it is.
And so it was. Together, you and Damien tricked a robot into committing arson. Ah, romantic. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Amidst the battle, you spot a fellow player that seems utterly discouraged. She thinks she's not worth anything at dodgeball, and she attempts to throw a ball at herself. You explain to her the many ways you think she's unique and wonderful, while also defending the many pleasures in life. With your help, she's capable of finding reasons to keep playing, and gains a sense of self-worth. You gain +1 BFF. Sadly, she's not part of this game, so that beautiful friendship will have to blossom off screen. And +2 charm. In the next game, you end up on a team with Vera, Zoe, and Polly, the Dream Team. For your ideal foursome, but for Dodgeball, not so much. They don't even really seem to want to be here.
I can't believe we're stuck in this interminable sporting event when we could be doing something so much more productive.
Yeah, like hiding in a bathroom stall to learn my classmate's secret and add them to my fanfic.
Or hiding in the bathroom stall for sex reasons.
I was going to say taking over a small South American country, but to each their own, I suppose.
Whatever, I bet you could do that in a bathroom stall too. You're smart.
But we won't be able to do anything in any bathroom stall unless we stop this dumb dodgeball game. It's been going on forever. Seriously, I'm pretty sure I subjected to the minds of my victims to eternal torments that were shorter than this match.
You suspect that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but who cares? This is your chance to get in good with your dream team by dreaming up a way to end the match. Convince Coach that dodgeball has to stop because it's cultural appropriation. Mustard gas. You pass out the hazmat suits to your teammates and unleash the gas. You knew your blatant disregard for international treaties would come in handy one day. The other students scream and claw at their skin as horrific yellow blisters emerge all over their body and inside their lungs.
Haha, that's what you get for being alive.
For being alive and not paying me any protection money. Ah, the screaming, the pus, the yellowish tinge in the air. Is anyone else feeling a little bit homesick?
This atrocity will forever be a black mark on your soul. On the other hand, it totally gets you out of gym class. You gain +2 fun and +1 creativity. That day while rehearsing for the class play, you totally forget your lines. It's terrible. But you don't let that get you down. You start improvising all your lines, and it's marvelous. Somehow it enhances the pathos of the play in unexpected ways. And that's saying something, since half of your improvisation is a rap battle against your inner fears. You gain +2 creativity.
But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is B, and she broke through the aforementioned window with an axe and is now trying to murder me. Ah!
Yes, B, minion of the Dark Knight. Kill the wizard! And I'm a tree, so everyone leave me alone. Get it? Leaf? Tree? Leaf?
Having consulted with the fight captain, you manage to hit Polly with a fake axe in such a way that her ridiculously fake death is actually pretty believable. Polly fakes an agonizing death, then lays motionless.
Threatening event witnessed. Polly murdered by B. Why did you slaughter your classmate and pair Paulina Geist in cold blood? This cruelty makes no sense.
Listen, my robo-dude, Polly is a ghost. She was already dead.
Yes, but now it seems that the spirit's spirit has perished. Why else would she be motionless on the floor?
Oh no, Calculuster has a point. All death is not moving around anymore, so Polly used to be dead, but she was still moving around, but now she's not, so her ghost must be dead.
Opinion validated. Concern for Paulina reinstated.
Do neither of you understand how fiction works?
Apparently not, and if you don't find a way to assuage their fears, Calculuster will spend forever thinking you're a murderer. You're right, I did murder her, but now watch as I revive her again with this magic potion from her belt. A magic potion I call whiskey. Show Calculuster that the axe is just a prop by hitting him with it. You pick up the axe, hit your mark, and come at Calculuster with a fake-ass axe.
Calculester! No!
You bring the axe down on Calculester's vulnerable form and...
Wait, nothing happens. Yeah, cause that axe is fake as fuck. It's literally faux. Have none of you actually seen an axe?
My physical carapace is unharmed. Hardware and software both run smoothly. Yet, I was hit with the weapon. Does not compute.
Silly Calculester, it's because that axe is fake as fuck.
That's what I said!
I was just acting, and I'm really good at it, because it's basically just lying.
Oh, Polly, thank goodness you're back. We thought you were dead. She is dead. She's a ghost.
Nope, I've actually been a Pegasus this entire time.
You have?
Nope, got you again. Acting.
Polly kicks her face, doubles a triple pirouette, and falls into a death drop. It's dope. You gain +3 creativity vicariously. Good lord, all you want is to eat in peace, and yet...
We're here to save the world!
Yeah, we know.
From you, Dimitri!
You wound me, you truly do. After all I've done for you.
More like done to us! What about that time you betrayed us in the middle of a climactic battle, and then unbetrayed us, then betrayed us 3 more times? Or that other time, the next morning, the empty bed?
Why can't they talk as separate entities so you know which one is porking Dimitri?
Then so be it. Let us end this once and for all. Not like the last time I said that, or the time before. This time I mean it. For real.
Yeah, no same. For real this time. Once and for all!
This is like the 7th final battle these dorks have had this week. You've had it with their bullshit. You take a fistful of ketchup packets and spew them all over Dimitri. Maybe some will get on his cape and he'll run away to get it dry cleaned.
What's this? Blood? Oh, how you wound me, my loves. I feel no pain, but that in my heart. I will sink off to some cave to lay in agony between life and death, awaiting to be tended to.
You spot Dimitri squeezing some of the ketchup onto a hot dog and taking a bite on his way out of the cafeteria. What is that dude's deal?
Truly, thank you for selflessly helping us on our adventure, V.
Nah, it was selfish. You just really wanted to eat in peace, but whatever.
In return, allow us to help on one of your adventures.
Why not? They can go ahead and help you with solving the ancient enigma of your algebra homework, going to retrieve the legendary bag of lasagna flavored chips from the supermarket down the street, while you risk your life protecting this cafeteria table.
I wish you had chosen a less dangerous task, but we are honor-bound to help you.
Thank God, because you were not looking forward to factoring polynomials all afternoon.
Show yourself, mathemagician! There's no hiding from us this time!
A tall, spindly man, draped in a number-dotted robes, emerges from beneath your table, cursing under his breath.
Hope, faith, joy. So we meet again,
He cackles.
back for more abuse. You won't defeat us this time, wizard. You've befuddled our ally with your mathemagic for long enough. We'll see about that,
Smirks the Mathomancer.
Exponent Patronum. Oh no! He's summoned the flaming XY graph and it's growing geometrically. We did not want this, but you forced us to use our cruelest weapon. No!
Screams the Mathemagician.
Not the scroll of divide by 0! I'll do anything! Anything! It's too late, old man. You've been asymptotically approaching zero for a long time. It's your time. It's time you finally arrived.
But that's not how asymptotic approach works,
protests the panic wizard.
Zeno's paradox clearly states that.
The coven pays him no mind. They chant their incantation, and the math magician vanishes in a puff of coefficients. With the old bastard gone, the answer to every math problem is now 69. Sweet, you gain +4 smarts. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there are like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself. But who cares? It's a rad party. You gain +2 fun. You notice Polly and Scott on the lawn doing something. Polly is chewing determinedly on a hula hoop, while Scott slowly covers himself in sunglasses. Despite your better judgment, you ask what they're doing.
Yoga, bro. What does it look like?
Leon said we should practice some yoga in order to cleanse our bodies of all the drugs and sports. And I was like, sure, I'll try anything once. So here we are, doing yoga.
It seemed like a lot of work to look up yoga on the internet, so instead we made an educated guess based on... Actually nothing. What if we're doing it wrong?
Yeah, like, do you know anything about yoga? Do you have any tips for how doing the yoga best? Words speak.
Focus on deep, mindful breathing. You need yoga pants.
Yoga... pants? Are those like pants made of yoga? Or pants that do yoga?
No, silly, I think she means yoga pants. Like, breathing really fast.
Oh, I'm great at panting. It's one of my top 5 skills. Watch me do it.
But Scott breathes so fast he hyperventilates. He falls over onto Polly, crushing her.
This isn't yoga, this isn't yoga!
What's happening? Where am I? Oh no, am I bad at panting? Am I bad at panting and yoga?
The only thing you have succeeded at is further undermining Scott's self-confidence. You lose -2 charm and -1 fun. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, you're struck by the lightning of inspiration. You come up with the ultimate nickname for yourself. You tell everyone to call you by it, also known as one of the 7 most douchebaggish moves in the world. But the nickname is so awesome and inventive and appropriate that people decide to go with it. Quite to the feat, you gain +2 creativity. We, the devs, dare you to actually come up with a nickname for yourself and ask the other players to call you by that name until the end of this run.
Hey, Spring, darling. It's me, lovely fan favorite Polly. You know, I wasn't always a ghost. Yeah, this is about to get real. Hear me out. I used to be alive, but I died with unfinished business. Now I gotta live forever like this until I finish it. And you might ask, what's your unfinished business, fan favorite lovely Polly? Well, I guess I can tell you. I never did a reverse Romanian Wilkinson. You know, sexually. Don't get me wrong, I love being immortal and walking through walls and shit, but my soul will never truly rest until I do that freaky sex move.
Oh, well. I've done that loads of times. Just name a time and place and I'll reverse all over your Romanian Wilkinson.
Okay, what? That's not how it works. You don't reverse all over my Romanian Wilkinson. Oh, boo, I think you're trying to swallow more than you can chew. I mean, I have a feeling you don't even know what's a standard Romanian Wilkinson. Am I right? You know what they say, you can't teach an old dog a new Romanian Wilkinson because you're trying to have complicated kinky sex with a dog. You're such an anti-perv that it's almost cute, but cute in a totally unappealing way. Like a puppy, which I just stated is something I have no interest in sexually. If you'll excuse me, I have to go wander the earth in eternal fleshless torment until I find someone who actually knows about sex.
No, you wanted to play cool and maybe do the weird sex thing with Polly, but it seems like you suck at lying. So you lose -2 fun and -1 smarts. You like sitting with Calculester and Polly at lunch because neither of them eat, so you've got plenty of space on the table for all your minifigs. Suddenly, Polly grabs Calculester's arm and points excitedly to the vending machine in the corner.
Calculester, dude, don't look now, but that vending machine is totally checking you out. Impossible. Vendronica and I have a purely platonic relationship. No way, dude. Take a look at her inside. No drinks. Dude, she's thirsty. For drinks? For drinks? For your shiny metal ass! Current status. Highly uncomfortable with this topic of conversation.
This sounds like just the kind of thing that's none of your business. Time to interfere. But, Calculester, have you actually told Vendronica that you only want to be friends? Or is it time for a DTL?
Is that a thing I should have done? I'm not used to communicating feelings. I'm not even used to having feelings. Yeah, you gotta be honest about your feelings. But what should I say? Just say what's in your heart, dude. Or you could get drunk first. I do not have a heart, but I'll try my best.
Calculester walks over to the vending machine and places a friendly hand on her chassis.
01001001000010000010000010101001001. You get the bit.
The vending machine solemnly dispenses a candy bar. It is a single, lonely musketeer.
She is disappointed, but seems to understand my position. I hope our friendship will survive. Sweet, free candy! I don't eat food, but I love candy for some reason.
That's good to know. Maybe you can convince her to love you as much as she inexplicably loves candy. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. But the match isn't as important as the human interactions within it. You're at your peak when you decide to go for the overkill and wink at one of your teammates. He's totally mesmerized. It's the most epic wink ever. Damn, you know how to win over people's hearts. You gain +2 charm. It's only been one match, and you can see that Polly and Liam are already bored.
Marvelous, my dear student athletes. This match was great, but I know the remaining 29 matches will be even greater. Time to get that blood pumping and those heart rates going.
Why do I have to do this? Also, I hate playing with balls. Most of the time.
You're right, Paulina. Physical exertion is for lesser beings with no conception of how to properly while away the time.
I'm not even sure what you're saying, unless you're down with helping me skip this bummer of a class.
Indeed, but we shall need to do so cleverly so as not to get detention.
Let's throw a surprise party for Coach. Like, right now. Fake mustaches, they're always the answer.
Are you serious? Is this some kind of avant-garde showcase of outdated cliches or what?
Shut up, Liam, there's no time. Operation Fake Mustaches starts now.
You wear the fake mustaches, and it's not long before Coach realizes something is amiss.
Hey, there's something weird going on here. You three aren't students here. You can't fool me. Mustaches are for adult people. Why are you three adult people trying to invade my gym class?
Thinking fast, Liam says, We're 3 prestigious lawyers here to tell you that 3 of your students will be missing the rest of this class.
Yeah,
Polly adds.
they're on trial for being too sporty.
No way! Being too sporty is not a crime. Tell those kids we're rooting for them here.
You leave the gym and celebrate how fake mustaches never lose. You gain +2 boldness and +1 smarts. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You're talking to Juan, the small magical Latino cat, when he tells you that you won't ever be as fun as Bob the scary clown. You accept the challenge. You go straight up to Bob, stab him several times, open his bleeding chest, and eat some of his guts in order to consume his fun. Really? Do you think that's how this works? Well, it is. You gain +2 fun from poor old Bob. You're hanging out with Polly afterwards when she's about to show you her latest dumb tattoo, when suddenly...
Never fear, my lady. I will save you from this lascivious cretin. God.
Oh, it's the interdimensional prince, and apparently he's here to block your metaphorical cock.
Whoa, you're so sparkly. Are those tearaway pants?
Sadly, they are not, my queen. My fashion sense does not operate on the same ethereal plane as your own.
Well, I am persistently on fleek. I died on fleek, and so I am cursed to roam the earth forever, eternally on fleek.
It is this exact on-fleekness which I seek. For you see, madame, I am in need of a fashionista such as yourself to plan the ultimate wedding. Ours!
Ours?
This could be bad. You know Polly's not above getting married as a one-off joke. You've got to stop this madness. Throw a party so dope, Polly won't want to travel to another dimension. A party with sex lasers. Marry the prince yourself right now. You steal the sex lasers from your school's highly controversial physics lab. And then the party started.
Great Zorblans of Gorlaxia! I did not know you had such sick parties in this dimension.
Yeah, boy, this school is nationally ranked in the fields of particle physics. I don't know what kind of snooty soirees you've got over there in the snooze dimension. But here at Spooky High, we have sex with coherent light.
I am truly humbled by the heartiness of your party. I shall return to my dimensions and lament the fact that it is a total party wasteland.
You don't even notice the prince leaving because you're too busy humping a laser. You gain +2 boldness and +1 fun. You approach Leonard's table with some hesitation. He's so easy to piss off, but surely he won't take offense to a simple hello, right?
Hello? Hello? What kind of gaijin greeting is that? The proper way to introduce yourself, since you clearly don't know, is to bow.
You figure he'll find a way to criticize your bow too, so you ask him to show you how to do it.
With pleasure. Just bend forward at the waist like so. Shit.
You notice that all the water that is normally balanced in the concave pool atop Leonard's head has spilled to the floor.
So I appear to have spilled the enchanted water which sustains me. I sort of can't move until someone refills my head with water from the stream I live in. Would you mind fetching me some water, please? Pretty please? Fine, I'll do anything. Just frickin' ask me if you just refill my head, okay?
That's more like it. You run to the bathroom and grab some water from a toilet, because fuck Leonard. You're not sure it'll work, but apparently he must live in the sewer or something, because it totally does.
Thanks, I guess. Now what do you want?
Say dubs are better than subs. Say it! Carry me around in a wheelbarrow while I eat grapes.
but subs allow for more accurate translations, preserving key quirks of the original. Yes, I know, you put the water back in my head. I'm very grateful, and I'll commit heresy for you. Okay, here we go. Please ask me to do something else. I'll eat a dictionary, I'll be your steeds, I'll watch the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies. Just don't make me do this.
You take pity on Leonard and allow him to pay you +4 money instead. That was kind of your plan all along, to be honest.
Let's face it, you're probably going to end up losing money in a stupid way anyways. Why not spend here first? It's called being smart. I am always amazed at how people keep coming and buying all stupid crap. Intriguing. I cannot do this accent.
That day, and a dodgeball match takes place. At one point, you're about to be eliminated by a player from the other team, but suddenly, you convince him not to throw the ball at you with a heartfelt speech about the importance of everyone's lives. The player bursts into tears, and you take advantage of that moment of weakness by throwing a ball at him. You lose -5 mercy, a stat that might be useful in Monster Prom's sequel, but isn't now, and you gain +2 charm. In the course of your activities, you come across Vera and Polly hatching yet another scheme. You sneak a little closer so you can eavesdrop.
Listen, this has been a fruitful partnership so far in terms of making people look like imbeciles. But I think it's time we monetize. Sick burns don't buy fresh outfits. Yeah, fine, whatever. But I don't want to stop making people look dumb just so that we can make money. I don't want to sell out. Personally, I can't wait to sell out, but you have a point. We can't sacrifice our brand. The question, of course, is how do we do both? Yeah, how do we get rich off of yanking people's chains? Ugh, careful with your words, Polly. What? Chains are a big thing for ghosts. Of course.
They don't seem to have any immediate ideas. Maybe you can offer a solution. Why don't you make up a phony workout craze? It worked for Frank Pilates, the inventor of Pilates. Oh man, I have a great prank for you. I call it stealing.
Huh, stealing. I like where your head's at, but it could use a catchier name. What about humping? Humping is already a thing. Yeah, but it's awesome. Fair point, but we need something classier, something that says, this is cool and is also legal. Ooh, theft. Warmer? Oh, what about finance? That's already a thing. Fine. How about ambush finance? Ooh, yes, that's hot.
You leave them to discuss whether they can trademark stealing. Meanwhile, you gain +2 creativity and +1 boldness.
Friend Paulina, please correct me if I have misunderstood, as I am still new to these customs, but it is my understanding that the cafeteria is designated for the consumption of calories by those organic beings who need them to survive. Heck yeah! And these tables are to put aforementioned calories on in order to be consumed. You got it, little robot buddy! But you seem to be dancing on top of this table, therefore preventing your fellow students from using it for its designated function. Nailed it! And you are encouraging other students to do the same as confetti rains down from the ceiling and multiple disco balls flash blindingly, and your music is very loud, which is why you are shouting over it. Boom! See? You understand more than you think. You're crushing it.
Like I'm crushing this rave. But from my understanding, the outdoors location is the designated location for raves. Cafeterias for food consumption. Disrupting the ability to consume food in a space designated for food consumption is not very nice, and I believe you should stop.
Well, I believe that's lame and dumb, and I can't stop, and I won't stop partying, so I'm just going to keep partying.
They seem to be at a standstill. Time to step in and turn the tide. Polly should keep raving, Calculester. The raw intensity of this rave is empowering the whole cafeteria by itself. Renewable energy, bitches. Calculester is right. We know you're all about throwing parties in ridiculous places, so why not find someplace even more ridiculous? Take this rave to Narnia!
Polly's rave is generating electricity?
Duh! This rave got all the cafeteria lights turned on. That's why they call it... wait for it... lit!
I have, in fact, heard this terminology used by my fellow students, but I misinterpreted it as a colloquialism meaning cool. Now that I understand you're actually endeavoring to stop global warming by generating your own electricity, I can appreciate the necessity of this lit rave.
Oh yeah! Totally! What you just said. You know what else would stop global warming? If you put that dick emoji on your screen and set the tone for some real juvenile jokes.
Laxo?
Yeah!
That won't actually stop global warming, but using public transportation more and eating less meat will, so you make a mental note to do those things. Polly would love you even more than she does now, which is a lot because you just nailed that situation. Also, oil execs and guillotines. You put the puzzle pieces together. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Many people fall during the battle. You can't take any more, so you valiantly go straight up to the other team's leader and start negotiations for a truce. After hours of intense diplomacy, you commit to an agreement. What an unexpected twist! You gain plus 10 righteousness, but this game is so wrong in so many ways that I'd be lucky if you could do anything with that. And plus 2 charm. You're minding your own business when Vera grabs you by the collar and yanks you into a huddle with her and Polly.
We're in big trouble, asshole, and it's all your fault. Yeah, Ambush Finance has been a huge success. Too huge. They want us to write a book about it. But we don't know how to write a book. And we already accepted the advance. So I took a bunch of Adderall and wrote 270 pages of garbage about stealing. But, of course, the publishing house won't accept it. They say it's missing a big reveal at the end, some kind of ultimate secret to Ambush Finance success. That's where you come in. Yeah, you came up with the idea in the first place. For which we owe you absolutely no royalties, by the way. So we figured you can help us coming up with the big secret end of the book. What do you say? Keeping in mind that if you say no, I will have you skinned.
The secret to Ambush Finance is that there is no secret, and you're all suckers for buying this book. The secret to ultimate secret for Ambush Finance was inside you all along. Organs. You can steal organs and sell them for tons of money.
Oh, snap! That's the ultimate prank! We're stealing their money by tricking them into buying a book about stealing money! Very mean and very on brand. And if anyone complains, we'll just tell them it's avant-garde self-help. French words always shut people up. Sweet, I'll go put this into the final draft. Great, but remember, Polly, we've got a bank heist scheduled for 5:30. We can't be slacking now that we're celebrity burglars. Roger that. Man, this is so much fun. I can't believe it's legal. Of course.
You're going to pretend you didn't hear all that. You gain +2 fun and +1 creativity. You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the monster prom with you.
Prom? Yes! It'll be a night to remember, boo. Well, it would be a night to remember if I wasn't going to get so drunk and high that I most likely will remember shit the day after. But that's why God invented selfies.
Prom was wild, but still not wild enough for the likes of you, so close to dawn you decided to keep partying by improvising a dope after-party in an abandoned manor house. You partied with a group of classmates for days. Over time, people came and left, some even died from too much partying. At one point, one of the deities of partying hard appeared, summoned by the deaths of your peers, which turned out to be sacrifices to him. He declares you his heralds and bestows upon you supernatural rad party powers, like endless confetti, whatever that means. He then joined you, and you all kept partying for another entire week, because that's how you roll. Those 6 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the monster prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were, and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Scott and Polly started attending yoga classes. They were highly underwhelmed by the real thing. Vera built the Oberlin Empire into endless greatness. They own a shameless number of companies. It's known that they're also into a lot of sketchy business. But no one does anything about it. I mean, who the hell would try to stop Vera Oberlin? Zoe dedicated the next several years for writing her most ambitious fanfic ever. It focused on the struggles of Shaggy containing and controlling his limitless power. It delved into the psychological nuances of the Mystery Gang, while also including crossover with Akira, Flubber, and the unbearable lightness of being. It was said to mix Tolstoy's mastery of prose and the juiciness of a very juicy Big Mac. It ended up entering the Western literary canon. For those 6 weeks, the monster problem seemed larger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But, once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start.